guys, welcome to another episode of Real Life Keto Radio. We took the week off last week because we were in Florida together.
Yes. So if you were watching this on one of our video platforms or watching this live, you might notice we look a little bit tired. So we both have just driven back from Florida, not just, like we didn't just walk in the door, although we're a few minutes later than we thought we were going to be because my ring light was still in the car. I tried to go live with the hat on because it was better than what's happening here, but it was really shaded underneath, really dark. So anyway, technical difficulties, but guys, this is real life coming at you right here.
We always keep it real for sure.
Yeah. If you're watching or if you're listening to a podcast, be thankful that you're not seeing it live. It's best.
Yeah. Don't they say that some people have faces that are made for radio? That might be us today.
Yes. But what we're going to talk about today is something that is near and dear to our hearts. And let me just tell you, talking about just getting back from vacation. So as my husband and I were driving back yesterday, I was saying, our eating was pretty good. We did a little, intermittent fasting. We kind of ate like a little snacky lunch in the day, and then we went out for dinner. And that was kind of it. We might have a little snack in the room in the evening, but we just didn't like snack out or binge eat or do crazy things, get ice cream every night, things like we used to. In the past, we literally went to the grocery at the beginning and got chips, ice cream, Hostess cakes, all the things, all the junk, all the candy. Because to us, that's what a vacation was. And we were driving home yesterday. We were like, man, we feel really good. Isn't that crazy that you can do an 11 or 12-hour drive and still feel good and get home and be able to accomplish things in the evening? Because one main difference. One thing is different about us. We're 5 years older now than we were when we first started this. And we feel better every year of our lives.
Yeah. And the other thing I loved about the trip, when I was leaving to pack up, it was basically packing up my clothes, my toiletries. It used to be like 30 minutes at least to get everything out of the kitchen, right? And to pack up any snacks we hadn't eaten and figure out what to do with the refrigerated food. And we really just didn't have that. I mean, I had some cold drinks and we had some, I think, a little bit of fruit left, and that was it. So it just made it so much simpler.
Right.
And, I love car drives now. Well, I don't love car drives, but compared to how they used to be, I used to have a whole bag of snacks and a cooler of snacks, and someone was always asking for something. And now it's just not like that. It makes it so much easier just from a packing logistics.
It is. It's very much easier and you just feel better. So we were celebrating, my husband and I were celebrating that as we were pulling in last night. So we thought it would be the perfect time to just kind of revisit what it is that brought us here, what brought us into creating KETO-SIStas, doing what we do. You all know that this is what we do. Most of you probably know this. This is what we do full time. Like, this is our job. Doesn't feel like a job because we love it so much. Like, I was so excited to get back to work today. I really was. Like, we love what we're able to do. We love being able to change lives. And it all started with this drink.
Yeah. So how we both got started, and we've mentioned this before on our show, is exogenous ketones. Just ketones that are a powder form that you can shake up and drink up. And when I started drinking these, my husband made fun of me. John, if you're listening, you'll admit it. He made fun of me because he was like, why would you pay money for that? That's silly. That's not going to work. It's just a scam. And then he noticed, guess what? I didn't want to take naps in the afternoon anymore. I was just like the Energizer Bunny. And he was still very lethargic, and he was pounding sodas in the afternoon just to stay alert and awake. And it was like I had like Benjamin buttoned and gone back in time, and I was like 20 or 30 again instead of 50 because I just felt so good. I had great focus, great energy, and it all started with this little magic powder.
Yes. And what's cool is when I first started with Prüvit 5 years ago, they only had one flavor. They had two. They had just come out with a second one. They had an orange and a chocolate, and it was like nasty or nastier. What are you going to pick?
It was that bad.
False. It was gross. I tried like mixing them with lots of different things. I would hold my nose to drink it. It would take me hours to get it down because I would actually like sometimes have a little gag reflex from it. It was terrible. But I kept drinking it because it made me feel so much better. Now Prüvit has, I don't even know, like
can't
40,
even keep
50
track.
nat flavors. I mean, I have so many here. If you're watching this, like they just have all these specialty things. Like Harvest Sunrise just comes in the fall. Really yummy. My husband and I love this one heated up. I mean, sweet tea lemonade. There's all these like special seasonal flavors that we love. Just all kinds of different things. There's a chocolate that's always available. I like in a smoothie. True Passion is a really good one. I mean, literally you can drink a different one every day of the month, which we love.
The other thing that's nice is that they come in caffeinated or decaf. So depending on whether you want that little extra boost, the energy though does not come from the caffeine. A lot of people think, well, if I want energy, if that's what I'm looking for, the benefit, I must need to select the caffeinated one. False, to take your little phrase. No, because the caffeine that's in it is just enough to get your body to uptake the ketones more quickly. So for people that like to use this as a pre-workout, I say, hey, go ahead and grab the caffeinated ones. But you don't need the caffeine. You will still feel great energy and focus with the decaf version. So I tend to buy the decaf. Bridget tends to buy the caffeinated one. Sometimes we trade. But unless you're super, super caffeine sensitive, like I could drink a fully caffeinated one and go straight to bed. It does not keep me awake.
Awesome. We got people hopping on saying that they love it, telling us their favorite flavors. If you are watching this and you're already drinking Prüvit's Exogenous Ketones, let us know your favorite. Mine is Heart Tart Limeade. I do love the Harvest Sunrise, the elderberry, blackberry. What's it called?
Elderflower, I think.
I have it here. I drink it. That's another favorite. There's just so many good ones. It's fun. It's fun trying the different flavors and feeling awesome no matter what flavor you choose.
Yeah, and it's great because when she started, there were 2 flavors. When I started, there was one. I didn't think it was gross like Bridget did, but it did get old, especially because I drank 2 or 3 times a day. And so I love the variety of flavors. And I love that the company keeps bringing out flavors and then they kind of put them in the vault so that you can look forward to them again. And you're always like getting new flavors to try, but you don't get tired of them because they take those off and then they'll bring new ones on. So
yeah, exactly. And someone asked, are they sugar free? So they are made with stevia, and which is a really great one if you are doing keto. You can explain a little bit about the sugar rising.
Yeah. So most of the nuts have stevia, which is a plant-based sweetener that's natural, and erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol. So the sweeteners that we use do not cause that insulin response. And the insulin response is what causes you to pretty much store fat. So it's great that way. And most of them, it depends on the flavor, but most of them, I think, have just a few net carbs, like 2 maybe. And I think it says it somewhere. Yeah,
2 on this
2 net carbs.
All right, so that's where it started. Well, it was called something different originally. But it started with the net. And are they very sweet? So they're depends. Some of them are really sweet. Some of them are really mild. So, but to me, if you feel like they're too sweet, you can just add more water. So yeah, I do it in like 36 ounces of water because it is a little bit sweet for me. I've never been a sweet drinker. So that's a great way to dilute it. But some people will just mix it in like 3 or 4 ounces and just like chug it. So it just depends on kind of what you're looking for. And I extend mine out over the day, more diluted. And then I have that just kind of like great energy all day, sustained energy. Some people want kind of a little bit more of like a fast energy. So there's just different ways you can play with it and still get great results.
Yeah. I tell people drink it whenever you want to feel awesome, right? So if you've got a big presentation at work, for example, maybe 30 minutes beforehand, drink a charged nat, and then you're going to be on point and on focus in a great mood. It actually helps with my mood to help me keep from feeling like nervous. So if I've got a presentation or something that I'm doing, I make sure I have that in my system 30 to 40 minutes beforehand so that I'm on point and ready to go.
All right. Awesome. So nat is kind of like the staple that if you're going to do one thing, you want to do the nat. And so if you have not started, that's what you want to start with. Okay. But for those of us that are addicted to how awesome we feel and we want to keep getting to higher and higher levels of ketosis, we want to keep feeling better and better all the time, we supplement with some other ones as well. And so for me, like when we decided this is what we're going to talk about today, because we felt so great after our trip, Rebecca's like, we're in an apartment right now, so it's a temporary housing. And Rebecca's like, do you have everything here? And I just started pulling from our pantry and our closets. And I have, a couple of everything. But I don't drink all of them every day. But the Nat I drink every day without fail.
Right. That's kind of our flagship product.
Yeah.
So something else that's kind of related to that is the Keto Pro. So this also contains ketones like the Nat does, but it contains some other things. It contains a specific type of protein, and it's very much designed to help you preserve and protect your lean muscle mass. If you go and you try to buy a protein drink or protein powder out on the market, a lot of times they're very, very high calorically, and they have kind of that aftertaste that's, let me say, unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
These come in a lot of different flavors. Like this one is key lime pie, and this one is banana cream. There's chocolate, there's orange. They come in a bunch of different flavors as well. So it's got protein in it. It's a smaller amount of protein, but it's designed to be super effective. So it's not something that you have to have a lot of to have it be really effective. It also contains healthy fats, which is really cool. It, let's see, what was the other thing it contains? You can talk, and I was trying to think of one other things I wanted to say.
Guys, here's what's happening. Rebecca's telling you like the important details. I'm going to talk about flavors and stories. So she's thinking about like, what are the ingredients? I don't know the ingredients except protein and ketones. That's all I need to know. I am starting to do some carb cycling. So for me, it's hard to get my protein in every day. And I've started really drinking more of the Pro since tracking and kind of being a little more intentional with my macros. So it can come in packs like she showed, or in a tub. The chocolate and probably some other flavors come in a tub. I love the chocolate, y'all.
Birthday cake. And now they come in packets or the tub.
Do you see how happy she is right now? So I mix this with unsweetened almond milk and ice, and I put peanut butter in there, and it's like my favorite afternoon treat. Right now I'm trying to get a gallon of water in every day. What? 2 of these? It's like bigger than my face. So my treat after I drink my first half gallon is I get my afternoon Pro with like the peanut butter and chocolate. Okay.
Yeah. And this banana cream, it's great frozen. This one's actually dairy free. Some of them have dairy, some do not. But like if you like banana ice cream, I have frozen this, and I just kind of keep it frozen in my freezer. It's so yummy. Have you not tried that?
No. How do you make? What do you mean banana ice cream? Like,
how do you make it? Banana cream,
right?
And you can mix it just with water. Mm-hmm. If you're not dairy sensitive like she is, you can add in like heavy cream, which is what I like because it gives it a little bit more of a richness. But you could do it with like vanilla almond milk or something.
Awesome. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so this is really great. It also has a prebiotic in there to just kind of help magnify your gut health.
Love it. Okay, so I think actually next we should talk about this because it kind of goes with it. Like these are some of the main ones.
We're fighting over which products we get to
We have so many products over here. We can't wait to get to them. So these came out maybe, 2 years ago. And from me drinking ketones for years, I realized I was kind of getting like a little bit dehydrated. So I was ready to bring in electrolytes, and this made all the difference. Now I put this in my first ketone of the day when I drink it. So what's cool is you can get this is like an unflavored one. So I just throw it in with my ketones in the morning. But they also have different flavors like lemon or orange. There's lime. Yeah. I'll pull it out just because it's right here. So you can have these that give like, just so that you don't get tired of the same flavors, you can mix your Nat and then like throw, True Passion. I'm going to throw some lime in there. Lime in there. Just to kind of mix it up and give you some good variety.
Yeah, they're amazing. And like when my husband both of our husbands like to cycle. Actually, today they're cycling together. But they sometimes, especially when it's really hot and humid out, my husband will take this when they go on their bike rides and to make sure he's replenishing his electrolytes. Now, we're not saying that you have to buy all of these products. We're just sharing these because these are ones that we know that have good quality ingredients and that work for us. But if you're replenishing your electrolytes, you can also use like pink Himalayan salt. So I don't want this to sound like a big commercial, but you can tell from our voices and our faces if you're watching on a video platform that like we authentically love and use these products. So we just kind of want to get the word out in case you are interested.
Right. Side note about that, I got 2 stories from that. Pink Himalayan salt, that's now the only salt that we have in the house. My parents, when they come, they think it's so weird. My dad's like, but you have real salt. I'm like, this is better than real salt. But he thinks it's so weird. Like our bottle is pink. It freaks him out. The other thing is, so when we were in Florida, it was bike week at the beach that we were at. And
not like bike, like our husband cycled, like pedaling bike, you know, like Harleys and big, expensive, shiny bikes that probably cost more than my house.
Yes. And so they were everywhere. I mean, great people on motorcycles. It was awesome, but they kind of took over the whole city. And then there's like my husband and Rebecca's husband and Heidi's husband went with them. And they're like, you know, in their biker shorts with their biker shoes, trekking down the street. And they kept like joking around with the motorcycle guys, like, oh, we got confused on what bike week really was because there's like thousands of motorcyclists and these 3 guys on their road bikes. Anyway, super cute. Oh, here we have a great question. Let me show it on here. Okay. Janet says, I've heard that if you take in ketones, your body loses some ability to produce it on its own. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's actually not true at all. In fact, we have research that shows that drinking exogenous ketones actually kind of primes your body and gets it used to using ketones so that you actually can create them more effectively. So it does not prevent your body from creating them. It can work with it synergistically so that you're drinking ketones. And if your diet is such that you would produce ketones, that you're producing them as well. So to me, it's like a double dose of awesomeness.
Yes. And so Janet, we can get you some resources so that you can see like the research, what it shows in regards to that question. We'll add that to the comments later. Isn't Rebecca smart, you all? She knows so many things. No. Okay. So next.
This is our canned lifestyle drink. And this is something that has been on hiatus for most of the summer. So when Bridget brought this out, I was like, this girl's been holding out on me.
Yes, it kind of comes and goes. It's because of what do you call where they can't get products?
Supply chain issues.
Yes. So it's been a struggle. So everyone is a treasure. These get hidden in my house because they are for special treats only.
But they're amazing. It's a carbonated drink. It does contain ketones, but the ketones that are in this are a little bit different than what's in the nat, in that these are uptaken. Is that a word? Uptaken? Your body uptakes them more quickly. So like if you were to chug this in like 15 minutes or less, you're going to be feeling like a rock star. Mm-hmm. And this is something that I actually took to Florida and kept in the refrigerator. And
she hid it in the back of the refrigerator. She's like, you can have my Zevias, but you cannot touch my keto ups. I'm like, obviously you didn't have to say that. Like, I know they're a treasure.
And we wanted to have these for our drive, you know? So instead of going in when you get gas and loading up on a super Slurpee or whatever the big gulp things are, we had these in our cooler and just pop them up, cold and refreshing and amazing. This one's called Root Bear Float. I don't know if you can see it. Those of you that are watching, there's actually like a little bear on here, but it tastes just like root beer. I have not yet tried this over ice cream in a root beer float, but I bet it would be amazing.
It's definitely on my to-do list to try. All right, before we go on to the next flavor, Kimberly has a question. Can the 10-day challenge package be purchased with no charge? I think she means charged flavor. So they call this, instead of saying caffeine, they call it charged and then caffeine free. And so the 10-day drink challenge has 10 caffeine free, 10 charged. And right now it comes, you know, with the 5 different flavors, 2 charged, 2 caffeine free for each one. In the future, they occasionally talk like they might have where you can kind of cater your, you know, to get a variety. But right now that is not a thing. So you can just kind of do it once to get your pick, maybe share the charged ones with other people, and then find your flavor that you like and then order all caffeine free.
Yeah. Or, you know, if you want to do the caffeine early in the morning, like to get your day started, so that by the afternoon, if you are caffeine sensitive, it's not going to be something that's going to keep you up at night or anything.
Yeah. And that's interesting. I actually have not been able to drink caffeine for years, or it would keep me awake at night. But for some reason, like drinking ketones, the caffeine does not keep me up at night. Probably because another benefit of exogenous ketones is that you sleep better. So what's crazy is I used to not be able to drink caffeine except for first thing in the morning. And now, 4 in the afternoon, I can drink a charged nat and sleep awesome. So if that's the thing, I would just encourage you to like try it. I think you might be surprised because I mean, I was like a stickler on no caffeine after breakfast.
Yeah. But some people just don't do caffeine
Right,
at all.
right.
And so what you could do is you could just kind of split a box with a friend, and you take the decaf ones and let your friend take the charged ones. So that's also an option as well.
That's the best kind of friend to have.
Not the kind that holds out on you and hides us in our apartment.
Right. We can't all be perfect. Okay. So what else do we have? All right. Keto cream. So yummy, guys. This is really made to go in coffee to make a fat coffee, but it is so good that I am not a coffee drinker, and I have drank it just in straight hot water before. That's how good it is. It's just delicious. It almost tastes like a white chocolate, hot chocolate to me when it's by itself. In coffee, like it's just yummy. There are different flavors. Like I'm hoping that the peppermint cream is going to come out here soon, like kind of in the Christmassy season.
The pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice is
that's
good.
My husband's favorite. He also does not like coffee. So like Bridget, he was drinking this just in hot water. And sometimes in the fall, they release a pumpkin spice version. And that's his favorite, just to have in hot water. But it's actually like full of great healthy fat, 4 different types of collagen. And so this is something that if you drink it in the morning, you're probably not going to be hungry until mid to late afternoon because of that healthy fat component. It's great for your brain. Your brain will just soak it up and love it. But it is delicious, but it's also nutritious.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And going back to Kimberly's question. So I see her comment on here. Yes, she wants to sample them. So if you've come through our challenge, your Big Sista can get you products like a trial pack to try before you buy. If you do not have a Big Sista because you have not come through the challenge, we will have someone reach out to you, and like you can get a trial pack of trying like 5 or 7 or whatever of caffeine free before you actually order online. So we can work with you on that and help you so that you don't have to get the charge if you don't want them.
Yeah. But, like that Drink Ketones challenge box that we have, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
When I got started, there was one flavor. And then as we added flavors, you used to have to always commit to just one flavor to buy a box. And now with the Drink Ketones challenge box, it's a built-in variety pack, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But like Bridget said, the keto cream does come in multiple flavors, but it's just kind of like whenever they get released, you have to be on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you are a Prüvit customer of ours, make sure to reach out to us so that you know that you're getting updates on any special sales, product releases, promotions, that sort of thing. Because if we get wind of a special flavor or something coming out, we definitely try to get the word out, because a lot of times they don't even last an hour. It's kind of like when your favorite artist like goes, on concert tickets gets released, you have to be there ready and waiting, and you are on there and your spouse is on there. You've got your kids on different devices to see who gets them first. That's how I feel when some of these really, really special flavors come out.
Yes. Okay. So this is a good one. MCT 143. You all, we love this. So, a major part of the keto lifestyle is getting in your healthy fats. And what's awesome is sometimes it's hard to get all your fat in for the day. And this is just like no flavor. It's coconut oil, MCT oil, and it's, I'm sure other things are in here that are really good for you, but it's liquidy, which I love because you can add it into anything. You all, sometimes if I need to get my fat up and I'm in a hurry, I will just take a tablespoon and just take it straight because there's no flavor to it. Or
this one definitely has a flavor to it. This is where we disagree. Like,
what?
I feel like this has a very strong coconut flavor. And so when my husband, he'll put it in his keto and he'll want to put it in mine. And I was like, don't be doing that.
Really?
Unless it's a flavor like the pina colada flavor and I want to add more coconut. To me, this definitely has a coconutty taste.
Well, hey, it takes all kinds. So another thing that I do with this is I'll add it in with my smoothie into my Pro with chocolate and peanut butter. I'll drizzle it on salad, put it in soup. Someone asked me last week, like, what do you do with it? I'm like, anything. Like, literally, you can just put it anywhere. Put it in any drink, any hot food, any cold food. It doesn't matter. It'd be weird if you had it like on a sandwich. It probably wouldn't go very well.
Maybe not tuna salad or something.
Yeah, just about anything else you can. It literally is so customizable. It comes in individual ones, which I don't have any of those.
Yeah, those are really handy. I actually took some of those with us to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They're in these little hard, it's not soft like this, but it's a hard ampule is what they call it. But you can break them apart and open them. And I would just take that because I didn't want to take a whole thing. And sometimes I gargle with coconut oil or do coconut oil pulling. And so that's a way you can have that with you. And, if you're desperate and you need a little extra healthy fat, I don't love the flavor. Like Bridget thinks there's not a flavor. But sometimes on vacation, I knew I just needed a little appetite control. I would just take a little bit and just, I just took it down like a champ. But it's not something that I personally like.
You are a champ. Look at her power. Isn't she brave? Power.
So brave.
All right. What else we got?
Oh, wait. Someone has a question about doing a charged ketone and getting a headache. Sometimes, especially if you're not really keto adapted and you are kind of watching all of your macros and what you're putting in and out of your body, the process of ketosis can be a diuretic, meaning that it can pull fluid from your body, which can be a great thing, but you do need to replenish the fluid. When you lose fluids, you also tend to lose salts and minerals, which is why something like the electrolytes becomes really helpful. When I went from drinking 1 package of NAT a day to drinking 2 packets of exogenous ketones a day, I noticed I was starting to get headaches. So I did some research, as I'm prone to do, realized that I was probably not rehydrating my body and not supplementing with electrolytes. So when I added electrolytes into my system, I was fine, no more headaches. So that might be something that you explore. Make sure that you're plenty hydrated and that you're replenishing your electrolytes.
All right, awesome. So now we're going to get into things that are in if you do the Reboot. Okay, so for those that don't know, the Reboot is something that the Prüvit community does once a month. It's a 60-hour fast, which might seem super scary if you've never fasted more than like 7 hours. So for some people, they kind of build up to it. I can't remember. I had probably done a 24-hour fast before I, like in the weeks or months before I did my first 60-hour fast. But for those that haven't tried it, you're just ready to take your body and your health and your mind to the next level. The Reboot is incredible. I love when I do it, how it clears my mind, because my mind can be a cluttery place, and it really just helps my thoughts and streamlines. My body just feels so much better. I wake up feeling awesome. But what the Reboot is, in that 60 hours that you're fasting, you are drinking your NAT. You are taking your electrolytes to make sure that you are not getting dehydrated. You also are doing broth twice a day. And so this is one of the broths. Bone broth has a lot of really great health benefits. Let me finish one. I'm going to show those.
Okay.
Talking about the Reboot. So also Signal OS capsules, which, okay, Rebecca's going to talk about the science, but I just want to tell you that that is what the Reboot is drinking that electrolytes, bone broth, and taking the Signal OS capsules. And so you don't even really, hunger is not your biggest issue when you're doing the Reboot. It's a mental thing, and you feel awesome afterwards. So I cannot recommend it enough. They do it usually mid-month, from a Sunday to a Wednesday morning, Sunday evening to a Wednesday morning.
Yeah, and we don't have a kit, but it actually comes in a kit with everything you need, a variety of products. So it's also kind of like a great way to experience some different products that we offer. But it's all packaged really neatly, and then it has a guide with when do I drink what do I take when. So you really can't mess it up. But we don't have that here because both of us tend to buy a lot of these products in bulk.
Right.
So we don't really have the kits on hand. But I'm just going to read to you from the box because I'm telling you, this is like super tech, like sciencey stuff, like way over my pay grade. But it supports natural immune function, eliminates damaged cells, repairs DNA, and improves cellular health. Like if you think about those DNA, that double helix, maybe you've ever seen a picture of it. As you age, as you experience like environmental factors, stress, those things, those chains can sometimes get broken. And this actually can repair it, which is phenomenal. Like, I don't know how it works, but I'm glad to have that. Enhanced cellular communication. We talk a lot about really connecting your mind and your gut, that connection, how important that can be. And this really helps to solidify that connection and make sure that you're working on an optimal level, improves focus, and upgraded experience that you can actually feel. So this is a product that you can buy and take every day as well. It's really good to do it during that Reboot because you're clearing out your digestive system. You're clearing out those old damaged cells. You're repairing your DNA. So this is a great adjunct to that, but it's also something that you can take on a daily basis.
Yes. And so if you get the Reboot kit, you also get 1 pack of Pro. I don't know where the individual packs are, but 1 pack of Pro for the end, because when you come off of a 60-hour fast, it's good to acclimate your body and kind of slowly back into foods. So this is a really great thing on your stomach as you go back to normal eating.
Yeah, and something else, we also don't have this pictured here, but we offer a 24-hour kind of fasting kit as well. So if the idea of a 60-hour fast is just kind of overwhelming to you, I get you. Even though I've done several of them, I never get super excited about it. I'm still working on my mental game. Like Bridget said, it's not so much the physical hunger, just the idea that somebody's telling me, don't eat for 60 hours. I don't like that. So we do offer a 24-hour fasting kit that has a variety of products in it. And to me, that's a really great little baby step into the world of fasting. I try to do a 24-hour fast once a week. I know Bridget does too. Yesterday, I only made it to 22 hours. I don't mess up good for perfect. That's way better than anything I used to do in my old life before ketones. But we do have that 24-hour fasting kit if that's something that you want to do to kind of stair step your way into a longer fast.
All right, you all, when we were getting on here, we're like, how long do you think this will take? We're like 10 or 15 minutes. False. It's been 31 minutes because we get super excited, guys. These products have genuinely changed our lives, and we are passionate about helping other people to change their lives. We want people to feel as awesome as we do. So if you are new here, put in the comments. We will have someone reach out to you and help you get started if you have questions. If you're in the challenge, reach out to your big sister. We also will put a link in the bottom that you can use for ordering, and it will automatically actually connect you to your big sisters for ordering. But you probably want to have a conversation with her, and just you can get her input, because all the big sisters drink the ketones, so they would know how to guide you, like as far as caffeine free, getting the drink ketones kit, all those things, whether you should do a trial pack, all the different options.
Best pricing, all the super secrets that we've kind of figured out over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, because Prüvit does have ways to help bring the costs down. There's just all kinds of things that we haven't gotten into here because we're just running out of time. My computer's actually about to die. So we're going to wrap it up.
All right. Well, you can also order the broth on its own. We have different flavors. We have some ones that are pretty much always available, and then other ones that come out, like this one's called Everything Bagel. I've not even tried this yet, so I'm definitely
it's my new favorite.
Snagging this from her. She's also
I'm going to have to count my product before Rebecca leaves here, because she is really eyeballing some of my flavors.
Yeah, but like there's a product for everybody. There's a flavor for everybody. And we just encourage people to, if you're curious about it, if you want to take your fitness, your health to the next level, maybe you're already doing the keto diet and you just would like to get your ketone levels up, or you'd like a little bit of extra help maybe over the weekend when you're tempted some more. Some of these products might be a great adjunct for you. If you haven't yet started a keto diet, to me, this is definitely an easier way to ease your body into it. It gets your body used to using ketones as a fuel source. What happened to us is our bodies and our brains wanted more of that. That made us more committed to making dietary and lifestyle changes, such as fasting, so that we could get that more naturally.
Yeah, and we see that all the time as people start with a drink and then they get the appetite control. They feel better. Like it starts this awesome snowball in the positive direction. And then they're doing the things that, that we do now and that we love to share with people to have the complete keto lifestyle that we want you all to shoot for.
So if you're watching this on one of our video platforms, would love for you to put in the comments, have you tried the broth? Have you tried the 143? Have you tried, what flavors of nat do you love? Have you tried the Pro? Just let us know all the things. Do you love the Electrolytes or the Signal OS? But if you haven't tried them, what are you most interested about? What would you like more information about? Which product did you go, oh, I didn't even know that existed, and you'd like us to share more about?
Yeah, it'd be super helpful for people that are just kind of checking it out to hear from those that are already drinking it in the comments. So let us know what you think. Thank you so much. That's it for now.
Go create your best life.